welcome to my channel. I am experimenting today, so if this goes wrong you might not see this on the channel, or I might put it up as a bit of a funny video. But I am going to attempt these Slimming World pasties. Now I'm not a big fan of corned beef, so I've found a couple of other things that I'm going to try. So the first thing you'll need is the Weight Watchers 6 white wraps. One is a healthy bee, and I believe it's 5.5 sins, but I haven't actually checked that, so please check the app if you're not using it as a healthy extra bee. But in my instance I had boiled eggs, sausages and an apple for my breakfast, so I still have a healthy bee going begging today. So that is what you'll need. You can also use the bee free wraps, but I believe these ones are the best to use. I got mine from Tesco. Then I've got a tin of M&S chunky chicken, succulent pieces of chicken breast in a white wine sauce, in a creamy white sauce, and it's the small 206 gram tin, so it's just a small tin, and this is 4 sins. So I thought that I really quite fancied that, so I'm going to give up 4 sins for this recipe. You'll also need an egg. Now later on when I have got 2 tins of this, so I'm going to see how many wraps it will make, and if it's not going to fill all the wraps I'm going to make like a mince mixture as well. But what I also thought would go really well in these wraps is the Marks and Spencer's chunky steak and gravy, which at the moment is free on the plan, but they didn't have any of that in Marks and Spencer, so I was really disappointed. I'm hoping they're not going to change the recipe or anything, and that when it is in stock it will be free on the plan still. But I think that would be really nice in these wraps. But for the moment I'm going to use this, and then if I've still got any wraps going begging, I'm going to make like a sort of mince and onion filling. So we'll just see how it goes. Right, so I've got 2 wraps here, because I think what I might do is I might see, this is 1 tin. So this whole thing is 4 sins in this jug here. I might see if I can get 2 out of it, because I don't think you'll need to put loads and loads of filling in. You don't want to overfill them. So I've just cracked my egg into a jug, into a glass, and I've got a pastry bush ready. I feel a bit nervous about this because I haven't rehearsed this at all. So here's my chicken in white sauce. As I say, this is from Marks and Spencer's, so just be really careful. If you go for this, then please, if you go and buy another one from another shop, then please check the sins, because they will differ. And be careful, these wraps do stick together quite a bit. So there you go, they will be 2 sins each. So just spread it out a little bit. Make sure you've got the meat. Now you could always also cut the meat down a little bit. So that it goes a bit further. Right, so then I think what we do is we fold them over. Oh, hang on, sorry. We need to do the edges with egg. There we go. Try that one again. sorry, am I in the shot? Fold that over and then really crimp the edges. What I'm going to do now is press the edges together with a fork. The problem is the sauce is leaking out, but and then egg wash again. I think when I cook these, I might have a little problem. So yeah, I'm crimping the edges again. That's my timer for something else. I'm just going to fold that over a little. Right, let's see what the other one looks like. Well, this one's turned out a little better, so I think I was right not to overfill them because you need quite a lot of the edge to be able to seal them together. And what I've done is I've just egg washed the whole thing to give them a nice colour. And what I'm going to do is I've put some silver foil on a baking tray, sprayed it with Fry Light, and then I better go and have a look how long you're meant to cook them for. I'm sort of working off the back of the pinch of naan recipe, which I will try and remember to link below. So we'll see how long they need to be cooked for. I think what I'll do is I did have a second can of chicken in white sauce, but I think I'll save that for another time, and I'll fry some mince up and make a couple of mince pasties as well. And just see how it goes. On to the mince then. Please remember, this is just a recipe that I've just come up with today. So it's a bit all hodgepodge because I was planning on using the tins of steak from Marks and Spencer's. But what I've got is Fry Light in my frying pan. I've got my Aberdeen Angus 5% fat mince from Marks and Spencer's, so I'm treating myself. So then we just want to brown off the mince. Make sure you don't put the paper in from the mince. What I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to save, I won't use all this mince in the pasties, but I'll eat it at another time. And this is what I like to do. Is when I'm cooking, I cook quite a few meals. So yeah, if you know of a really good recipe for mince, then you could use your recipe. I've seen other people say like make a Slimming World curry and put that into the wraps. Anything you like you could use. But yeah, I'll just brown this mince off and then I'll come back. So the chicken pasties, I've just put them in the oven because I'm cooking something else. And what the Pinch of Naan website says is preheat your oven to 180, well mine's on about 140, so they might take a bit longer. And bake for about 10 to 15 minutes until they are golden brown, then turn over and repeat for the other side. So I'll let you know how they get on, and of course I'll show you. So now my mince is browned. I did say this was a bit of an off-the-cuff recipe. I'm just going to get some frozen onions and I'm going to put them in because I've always loved minced onion pasties. I'm going to break a bit more, see if I can break some more of this block. There's always something going on in this video. Right, so I managed to break off some of the onion. Just wait for it to there we go. That bit to defrost a bit. And then I've also got some frozen pureed soy chopped garlic. So I'm just going to add a few bits of that. That will be fine. As I said, I've got 3 wraps left, and I'm probably expecting to have mince left after I've filled the 3 wraps, but we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to put plenty of salt and pepper in. I was going to add passata, but the only passata I've got I've frozen, and I'm intending to freeze these again, so I didn't really want to defrost the passata, use it and then freeze it again. Oh, and some mixed herbs, plenty of mixed herbs. Some Lee and Perrins Worcester sauce, because that's always really nice in mince. Andrew's mowing the garden, if you can hear any noise in the background. And then I'm just going to put a couple of squeezes of tomato puree in, because I also like tomato sauce with my pasties. So I thought if I put a little bit of tomato puree inside, I might be able to save myself some sins. But as I say, it's a completely off the cuff recipe, so who knows. It won't need a lot of cooking, because you're going to cook the mince again in the pasties. We'll just make sure it's all browned and it's all well combined. As I say, you could add some speed foods if you wanted to. Unusually for me, I'm not going to add any speed food into this, because I will obviously have it on the side, but this is going to be like a treat meal for me. It's going to be completely on plan, but it's going to be like a big treat meal, so I don't want to spoil the pasties by, well, not spoil it, but the taste of the mince by adding lots of veg. But I will, trust me, be having lots of veg on the side. I'll show you later what I'm going to have with it. I think that's just about done. I might just add a little bit more tomato puree. I think you want to avoid the mixture being too wet, so it's probably a good idea not to add passata. But as I say, whatever ideas you have, I'm sure will be absolutely fine. This is just something that I've sort of thought of last minute, and to be free food. So obviously this is completely sin free, and so to put it in your pasties, you're not adding any sins like you are with the chicken. So yeah, I will go and put this in the pasties now, I think. Sorry for the funny angle, guys, but I am filming 2 recipes, so I keep changing angle. So the pasties have been in for 15 minutes. They are at a slightly lower heat than they're meant to be. Let's see, it has leaked a little bit. But you'll see they're quite browned. So I'm going to turn those over now. And one of them has leaked slightly, but no worries, we'll just get them turned over and put back in for another 15 minutes. But yeah, I'll show you them again. Just got a nice slight brown colour. So yeah, I'll get those turned over and put back in. Right, so I've already done one and it was quite successful. You just have to keep sticking them down with your fork. Just remember, they are really, really fragile, so be careful. Like I've sort of stabbed a hole with my fork in one. Right, so I've got the wrap here. I actually have 4 wraps left, so we'll see how much mince I use. So I'm just going to put a few spoonfuls of the mince mixture. Smells really nice. I think you can afford to put a little bit more of the mince in with it being free. But just remember it does have to stick together. And then put plenty of egg around the side. I'm lucky to have a pastry brush because Andrew does a lot of baking, but I understand when some of the other Slimming World has made this, they didn't have a pastry brush. Sorry, just repositioning you. So they had to use kitchen roll to paint the egg on. So I'm just going to sort of level that out a little, probably a little bit too much in there actually. Then just fold it over and press down really firmly on the sides. Just try and get it to stick together. And then when you think it's sort of sticking, press round the edge with your fork. And as I say, if you've still got your bee choice left, this one with the mince would be completely free. If you've already used your bee choice, then it would be 5.5 cents. I've just checked. 5.5 cents for the wrap. And it's about half an hour on 180 according to the Pinch of Nom website. So then what we do is, I'm going to put it on the... you see, it doesn't always stick together, so you just have to keep sticking it together. You might be better at crimping than me, but Andrew was a baker and he's tried to crimp them as well, and we don't sort of seem to stick, but we can only do our best. So, oops, bit of mince gone there. Just going to press it again. Sorry, you can't see that. Just going to press it again whilst it's on the the baking tray, and then we just want to egg wash it, and this will help it stick together as well. See, I've made a hole in that one now, but never mind. Pressure of filming and things, I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine. So give that another egg wash. Right, I'm going to do the other two and try and squeeze them on this tray. As I say, guys, a completely sort of off the cuff, not practiced recipe, so do forgive me, and we'll just see how they turn out. And there they are. They've been in about 30-35 minutes altogether. They are nicely browned. We have lost a bit of the filling, but never mind. They look lovely. So what I'm going to have with those is these roasted vegetables. I've just got fry light on from Tesco. It's these ones, Mediterranean roasting vegetables, and as you can see from the ingredients, it's just red onion, pepper, courgette and sugar drop tomatoes. So there is no oil in that, so that is completely free. And then I'm also going to have roast root vegetable chips, because I thought with having quite a bit of carb, if you like, with the wrap, that I wouldn't want potatoes as well. So I'm going to cook these off as well, but what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to cook them on my chip mesh, one of these. Can you see that? You can get them from like B&M and Home Bargains and that, and it's really nice to cook chips on there. But I'll show you the my plate at the end. So these are 2 cents each, and everything else will be free or speed. So let me know what you think, guys. Here's the minced ones ready to go in, and we'll see how they turn out, see if we get any leaks from them. If you've got any ideas or you're an expert baker, then do let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying these. So these are the minced pasties. They look much better, come out much better than the chicken ones. I think because I cooked them at the right temperature at 180 for 30 to 35 minutes, 15 minutes on each side. When you're turning them, just be careful because the skin of the wrap is really quite fragile, so they could stick. I think you can probably see a little bit there where when I've turned it. But yeah, they look really nice, and if you've kept your healthy bee for these, then these will be completely free on Slimming World, and if you haven't, it's just 5.5 cents for the wrap and the filling is completely free. Oh, I'm looking forward to trying these, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to freeze these ones and I'm going to eat one of the chicken ones that I made earlier for 2 cents with the veg that I'm preparing. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Here's my meal that I've made with the pasty. So I've got the chicken pasty, that's 2 cents for half the tin of Marks and Spencer's chunky chicken in white sauce. The Weight Watchers wrap for my healthy extra bee, so that is free. If you weren't using it as your healthy extra bee, it would be 5.5 cents. Then I've got the roasted vegetables from Tesco, and I've added a few tomatoes. And then I've also got the chips, so it's beetroot, parsnip and carrot chips, and also I've added a few butternut squash chips as well. And then I've got some tomato sauce for a cent. So that's 3 thins on the plate. And then if you're interested on this video, I'm having one of the afters in a mint Muller Lights for my afters with a diet lemonade. So let me know, guys, if you make them and what you think to them.